Welcome back to the 2-Minute Warning. Today I'm taking a look at the Carolina Panthers and going over whether or not running back Christian McCaffrey can win Comeback Player of the Year. But before we get into that topic, quick question for those of you viewing. How many yards do you think Christian McCaffrey will rush for this year? And I know it's kind of hard. No one's going to guess 1,382 or whatever it is perfectly. But I kind of mean, how many do you think he will rush in the sense of rankings? Do you think he'll lead the league in rushing yards, second, third, fourth, fifth, wherever you think he's going to be at rankings amongst rushing yards in the league? Comment down below. But getting straight into it, Comeback Player of the Year is an extremely hard award to win to begin with, but especially in this class, the amount of players that have just had a rough season in 2020 and are looking to bounce back better than ever in 2021. Just a couple for inference are a running back that's in competition with McCaffrey is Saquon Barkley. Quarterbacks, the guys that win it most of the time, I would say. Dak Prescott, Joe Burrow, Christian McCaffrey's teammate Sam Darnold could be in the Comeback Player of the Year case. Jimmy G, Carson Wentz. There's a lot of QBs out there that could be doing it. OBJ, another offensive player. Defensively, you got Von Miller, Derwin James. There's some big name guys out there that are going to be in Comeback Player of the Year race. But Christian McCaffrey, one of the best, if not the best running back in the league. You'd be one of the guys that could top all these people and go for it all. To me, it would be really hard, like say, theoretically, the Panthers made a playoff run. How do you decipher who was it due to? Did Christian McCaffrey do it, and now he should get Comeback Player of the Year? Or if Sam Darnold did it, does he get Comeback Player of the Year? It would be hard to decipher between the two who did it if they both had really good seasons. But obviously, if you got two guys that had the best years of their career and they bounce back better than ever, that's a good problem to have. I think at the end of the day, the award doesn't matter. It really matters where the team at as a whole. But still, looking at Comeback Player of the Year specifically, because that's what the video is about. To me, if Christian McCaffrey replicates what he did 2 years ago, where he rushes for 1,000 yards and catches and receives 1,000 yards, it's going to be hard to say, nah, he doesn't deserve it. Now, of course, if you got an extra variable of Dak Prescott taking the Cowboys to the Super Bowl, or Joe Burrow somehow winning the AFC North, or Carson Wentz sweeps the division and makes the Titans and Derrick Henry and Julio Jones look like it was for nothing, then I understand it. But looking at, like, I don't want to say Sam Darnold is Christian McCaffrey's biggest competitor, but I just feel like if they do have success, it's going to be hard to determine who it comes from. And like I said, if that does happen and the two bring success, that'll be the least of their worries who wins the war. They're going to be worried about the postseason. I do like the Panthers to possibly be in the hunt this year for a wild card spot. But to me, we're really going to have to see some baller stats from McCaffrey, and he could do it. I mean, he's the highest paid running back in the league for a reason. He's regarded as sometimes the best running back in the league for a reason. So if there was a running back to do it, to top it all, to top his own teammates, to top all the quarterbacks, to top Saquon Barkley, another top 5 running back, it would be McCaffrey, just because he's such a dual threat in the backfield when receiving the ball and rushing the football. I think you could only compare guys that could receive the ball just as good or better is either, I think 3 guys are a similar cast. I'd say Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara are both 1 and 1A. And I would say Austin Eckler slightly behind them at 1B, maybe even just 2. Determines how you want to pick it. I don't want to get really critical. That's not the point of the video. I'm just saying McCaffrey is such a special breed and special talent that he is capable of topping all his teammates and all his other opponents in Comeback Player of the Year. I think if this Panthers team can make a playoff run, they'll definitely be in the conversation. Now, as far as it goes, like what if they don't make the playoffs, but McCaffrey has baller stats, then what do you determine? To me, we're not going to know until the end of the season, until we see the other players. And I get this video is a little early, but I think it's worth talking about in the offseason, just kind of looking at the odds. McCaffrey, I believe, is favored 4th to win it. I think Dak is favored to win it, then Saquon, then Joe Burrow, then Christian McCaffrey. So he's got decent odds. You know, he's not last by any means. I think even Tim Tebow was on the list for Comeback Player of the Year Vegas odds, but that's kind of stupid, whatever. I don't even know if he's going to start a single game or make the final roster, but that's not the point. Like I said, McCaffrey, can he do it? Absolutely. Will he do it? If you force me to put my money on the line, that would be really hard for me to do, because it's like I said, you don't want Sam Darnold to do so good that he takes the award away from Christian McCaffrey, but you don't want him to do so bad where he drags the whole team down and drags McCaffrey down, and then he just can't do it all to carry the team to Comeback Player of the Year. And again, this is much Panthers' success is much bigger than the award, but just looking at the award specifically, you're going to need a little bit of help from Sam Darnold to kind of keep and control the offense, keep with the pace, not throw turnover after turnover, create turnover after turnover, create turnover on downs after turnover on downs, and just the defense is on the field 80% of the time, and then McCaffrey and the offense get 0 snaps, but you don't want him to be so good that he wins MVP and takes your award again. I don't think the Panthers are going to play in too much if they win MVP, if Sam Darnold wins MVP or comeback player of the year, because that shows they can invest in their future. But I'm just saying, when looking at Christian McCaffrey's odds itself, I might have to make a Sam Darnold video because I keep bringing him up. My bad. But I think he can win it, and I think he's favored 4th for a reason. But will he? I want to hold him back just because we all know how good McCaffrey is, but I think there's going to be a quarterback that takes it. Just like any other position in the NFL, if the conversation's even close between a quarterback and another position, it's going to go to quarterback. Look at MVP last year. Derrick Henry ran for 2,000 yards. When's the last time that happened? Adrian Peterson in 2012. When he did it, he won MVP. Derrick Henry, he does it for 2,000 yards. Now he doesn't win MVP. So like I said, if it comes close, I just think they're going to give it to a quarterback this year, whether it be Dak, Joe Burrow, Jimmy G, Sam Darnold, Carson Wentz, Jameis Winston, I've seen been in the running, whoever it may be. I just feel like Christian McCaffrey is going to be in the conversation 100%, and I think he'll actually probably get 2nd place, but he's going to be a runner-up to a quarterback, unfortunately. Just that's how the awards go in the NFL. You could knock it as a bad thing or not, but that's not the point of the video. I just think he will lose to some quarterback out there that has a really good comeback year, some type of story that the NFL and just the fans fall in love with. We'll just have to see, though. You guys tell me, what do you think about the season and Christian McCaffrey's odds of winning comeback player of the year? Do you think he will win it, yes or no? Do you agree with my take, yes or no? And of course, referring back to the question of the day, I know I kind of worded it weird at the beginning, but overall, where do you think Christian McCaffrey will finish amongst rushing yards in the league compared to other running backs? I think he'll finish top 5. To say he'll lead the league in rushing yards is going to be hard to say with guys like Derrick Henry and Dalvin Cook on the come up, but in not knowing how McCaffrey's going to be after his injury, I think he'll be top 5. I can't give him the crown of number 1, not seeing him play in 2021 at all just yet. As always, and of course, guys, I want to hear your opinions, but I truly appreciate it. Thank you for watching 2 Minute Warning.